Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to use the Octave effect inside the Boss Katana, and specifically, we're going to look at how to use the range effect. The Octave effect is one of those great effects that you can use in all sorts of genres of music. Now, Boss have just brought out a new octave pedal, so I wanted to see if the Katana can sort of emulate what that's doing. Now, the special thing about the Boss octave pedals is it has a range control. Now, the range control determines at what string and what note the octave effect comes in. So basically what happens is you can play further up the neck and all your high notes are going to be octave free, but as soon as you get down to the low range, that's when the octave kicks in. So let's have a look at how to do it. The first thing we're going to do is to go into Tone Studio. Now, I'm loading up the octave effect in the effects slot. Now, it does matter where you put it in the chain and it has a different effect. So what we're going to do is, for the moment, just to leave it where it is, and then we'll get the effect sounding right, and then I'm going to move it around in the chain. So here's the sound of the octave effect turned on. But if you notice, if you look at the effect level is actually down at 0. So it's not going to have any effect. Right, let's take it out. And let's bring it in. Let's turn the effect level up to 100. Now you can instantly hear the effect. We've got it on range 1 and the direct mix is 100%. So if I bring back the direct mix, you'll hear just the sound of the octave on its own. So you can hear it's almost like a synth sub bass. Okay, let's bring the direct mix in, and we're going to have that 100% because we want it to sound like the octave effect is part of the guitar signal. Now it's really simple. You've just got this range control, and we can go anywhere between range 1 and range 4. So range 1 is basically the whole spectrum of the guitar, every single note. So if I play the lowest note, it's down there. If I play the highest note, the effect is still there. Right, just for the moment, let's have a look at the chain and see what difference it makes if I bring the effect slot before the amplifier. Now that sounds great, but if you listen to where I did have it, which was chain 2, it's much cleaner. So let's leave it on chain 2 and let's go back to the effect slot. Right, now if I move it up to range 4, this is where we're going to get the most diversity between the amount of octave and the note. So if I play the higher notes, say anything past the G string, now that's not going to get effective, but now if I play the D string, you can hear the octave effect start to come in. Now as I get out to the G note on the D string, the octave effect is starting to disappear. Okay, if I bring it back to range 3, now we're going to get slightly more notes that are going to be affected by the octave effect. So I'm playing notes on the G string now and they've been affected. Let's go back to range 2. Now this is going to be right at the high end of your top E string. Because as soon as I play that note there, which is an E, a high E, it's bringing the octave effect. And again, if I bring it back to range 1, this is every single note. Now I tend to like it range 2 or range 3, at least then you're going to get some difference. If you do want to get some higher notes and you want to have that clarity, you're not going to have the octave effect in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell button and you'll be notified of any future videos that come out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul and I'll see you next time. Cheers.